Hello, so in the previous video we created our first project, and then in this video we are going to be looking at the keywords in Java. Keywords are reserved words, so you cannot use keywords when naming your variables. So the first keyword we are going to look at today is the keyword abstract, shall we? So this is the keyword abstract, and it is used to tell the compiler that either a certain class is going to have an abstract method. That is, if you use it on a class, then if you use it on a method like you're seeing here, walk is a method and it is in class memo. That means that the method walk will have its implementation at a later time. So the next keyword I'll talk about is the assert keyword. This keyword is used to make an assertion. An assertion is believing something forcefully even if it's not true. So this is how the assert keyword is used. You begin with the name of the keyword and then what the assertion is. For instance, you can assert that age is not null before using age right here. The next keyword is the boolean keyword. The boolean is a primitive data type that represents variables whose values can only be either true or false. So this is how the boolean looks like. This is how the boolean keyword is used. It is a keyword as well as a data type. So you can begin with the name of the keyword and then followed by the name of the variable, then the name of the then you assign it to its value. Or you can just declare it and you don't assign it. Or you can declare two booleans, for instance, male or female. The next keyword is the break. The break is used to terminate a loop. So this is how you would do it. You would just say if age is null, then break, just like this. So the other keyword is the byte. So byte is a data type that represents the smallest size numbers. So it's used the same way as the boolean way. And there are also other data type related keywords like these ones. So the next keyword we are going to look at is the case keyword. So the case keyword is used in switch statements. Switch statements are used basically when you have a limited range of options. For instance, when you're dealing with children ages below 18, you can use a switch statement where and then you switch on the age, as you can see here. So the switch is also another keyword which I'm already covering in this video. But the case keyword is used to target a specific condition of the age, for instance, or a specific state of the age. For instance, when the age is 9, you can use case 9. And then whatever you write below case 9 here is going to be all executed when age is 9. And then you and then when the case is default, you can also decide to just break. So here is another use of break, and then this is also another keyword. The default is another keyword. So the next keyword we're going to look at is the catch keyword. The catch keyword is used within try and catch blocks to catch exception. So here we have also looked at the try keyword. Try keyword is used when you have a risky operation to perform. So you try the risky operation here and then you catch any errors that might result. So when catches or when an error occurs, it is caught and this block will be executed. So and this is basically how try and catch work. So here we have looked at uh, two keywords, try and catch. So the other keyword we are going to look at is the class keyword. So the class keyword is used for creating a class, and you begin with the class keyword, then the name of the class. For instance, this class is going to be called person. then you follow with the scope of the class. The scope of the class is given by everything which is going to be within this brackets. The next keyword we are going to look at is the continue keyword. The continue keyword is used in loops to continue with the loop, just like the name says. So this is how it's used. You just use the keyword itself, continue with nothing in front, but you can also use with something in front. That is when you have a label. If your loop has a label, like you can see this loop is labeled outer, you can use continue to continue the outer loop. So the other keyword we are going to look at is the default keyword. We already saw the use of the default keyword with switch statements, but there is another use with interfaces. So here we shall look at the keyword interface, which is used to declare interfaces. An interface is like a class, but it does not have implemented methods. Though with the current Java, you can implement a method within an interface as long as you have declared that that method is default. So this is another way of using the default keyword. The other keyword is the do keyword, which is used in this way. It's used to create a do while loop. So you write the keyword do open braces, then implement the code within those braces, and then include a while keyword with a specific condition. So another keyword is the enum keyword. The enum keyword is used to create enumerations in Java. So you write the keyword, then the name of the enumeration, like days, and then followed by curly braces, and you. The other keyword is the extends keyword, which is used during inheritance in Java. So this is how you use it. You create a class with the keyword class, name of the class, then you do extends, and then the name of the class that it extends. The other keyword is final, which is used in various cases. The first case is when you use it on a variable like this one. So when you use it on a variable, then the variable will remain constant. That means it will not be changed. So this variable male will always remain true. Then in the second case is when you use it on a class. For instance, this class Pixel 7 Pro extends phone. Now, when this class Pixel 7 Pro is created, it will not be inherited from because it is final. So the keyword final makes it not to be inherited from. So it can inherit from other classes like phone, but for it won't be inherited from. Then the last case is when you use the final keyword with a method. When you use the final keyword with a method, then the method will not be overridden by subclass methods. There is also another keyword that I didn't talk of. The keyword is called void. This keyword here, called void. So if it's used in this way, it's used with methods only. So when a method is declared void, void is a return type. That means the method does not return a value after its operation. Another keyword is the finally keyword, which is used in try catch blocks. So within a try catch, you have the try block which performs a risky operation. So if the operation succeeds, then the catch block is not executed. But if the try operation fails, then the catch block is executed. But in all cases, the finary block is executed. So another keyword is implement. Implements is used when a class wants to implement the methods of an interface. So you begin by creating the class the normal way using the class keyword, then name of the class, then you follow it with the implements keyword. And then the implements keyword is followed by the name of the interface to be implemented. For instance, the serializable interface. So in this video, I'm going to cover many keywords, beginning with the import keyword. So the import keyword is used when you want to import a class from a different package. Like for example, if you want to import the math class which is in Java Lang, you use the keyword import and you write the package of the class plus the name of the class and separate with the dot operator. But in reality, you won't be importing math because when you're writing a Java program, the java.lang package or the lang package is imported automatically. So the other keyword you're going to look at is the package keyword. The package keyword is used to group classes. So for instance, if you look at this package here, so let's first look at how to use it. So it is package and name of the package. Now when you create a package, you have to put many classes. Like for instance, here you can see class math and class system. So this is how you use package. Then another keyword is the native keyword. The native keyword is used when you want to write a specific method in a different language. For instance, this method sign is not implemented here, but it is implemented in a different language, maybe C or C++. Then another keyword is the synchronized. So when synchronized keyword is used, this method here will hold onto a variable until it is done with it. So if we are to add x, this method will only leave x and y when it is done. So as it is adding, no method will be able to access it. Then another keyword is the volatile. So when a variable is declared as volatile, the variable is not kept into RAM or it is not cached, meaning that its value will change rapidly. There is another keyword here, the static keyword. So when a variable is named static, then the variable is accessible without an instance of the class. So for example, here we can see that we are accessing the variable pi without an instance of the math class. In this video, I'm also going to cover multiple keywords. First, I'm beginning with the keyword super. So this keyword super is used in case a class is inheriting from another class. Like for example, you can see that this class lion is inheriting from this class mama animal. Then another keyword I'm going to look at here is the throw keyword. This keyword is used to throw an exception. So you can see here that if the color of the lion is yellow, then we are going to throw a new lion color exception. Then another keyword I'm going to look at is the throws keyword. So if there is a method that throws an exception, you can either handle the exception or you use the keyword throws to notify callers of the method that whatever this method is will throw an exception. Then another keyword is the return, which is used either to stop execution or to return a result. So in this video, I'm going to look at the access modifiers. The access modifiers, we have the public, the protected, and private. So if a variable or a method is declared public, then the method will be accessible within the package, that is within here, and outside the package, which means that methods outside that package, like this one, will be able to access it. And also methods within the package or within the class will be able to access it. Then if a method or variable is declared protected, then only methods within that same class like this, and also methods which are within a subclass like this one can access it. So methods which are within a subclass can also access the public methods or public variables. Then if a variable method is declared private, then only methods within the class itself can access. So here it would be only the methods here accessing. So the next keyword I'll look at is the this keyword. So this keyword has various uses. You can use it to call a constructor of a class or to return an instance of a class. Let's quickly look at how you can use it to call the constructor of a class. So assuming that you have a class called person with properties of age and name. So the constructor of that class is supposed to be initializing the age and name properties like this. But there are cases where you will have a default age like here. So in case the person constructor is called with just the name of the person, then the default behavior can put that using the this keyword. So in this case, this is going to call the upper constructor, this one, but with the age having a default value of 5, and then the n which is passed in is given the name. So we can quickly see that here. So here the person child is created with just the name baby. So when you print out the age of the child, it will be 5 because this keyword was used to call the other constructor with a default age of 5. Then another case when you want to use this keyword is as a return value. So if you look at this method which returns a person, the name of the method is to adult. What this method does is just to change the age of the person instance. So if you call this on a child, it will change the age to 19, and then it will return that very instance just with a different name, which you can see here. Next keyword is the transient keyword, which prevents a property of an object from being saved to persistent storage. So if you look at a property like password, if it is saved into storage, then it is easily hackable. So you can use the transient keyword to make this property not be saved to storage, but the name property can be saved to storage. The next keyword we are going to look at is the new keyword. The new keyword is used to create instances of a class. So to use it, you just type the keyword new and then call the constructor of the class. Another keyword is the instance of keyword, which is used to check if a variable belongs to a certain class or an interface. So the last keyword is the strict FP, this one here. So this keyword is used when you need consistent results on your calculation, because the calculations on floating point numbers like this and this are platform independent. So if you are to do the same addition on a 16-bit PC and a 32-bit PC or 64-bit PC, you will find different answers for the same addition. But if you include the strict FP mode, then the results will be consistent.